Yo, yo, let's look at the market, bro. How do we do today on the daily? So let's go to a daily chart real fast. This right here is IWM. All right, so look at this candle. Look, so for one, the first thing that we should notice on this right here is this channel. It's a channel. It's the bottom of that channel. So that's the first thing we're gonna mark. And this box right here, listen, I created this box off of this candle right here. This is a doji, man. This is a doji. Here's the top. Here's the bottom of the doji. Levels, right? We lose this area right here. We come in here. Period. Nice little level. It's a gap. Make a long story short. Now that we got we got a descending channel. Starts here because we were coming here. This was a ascending channel. Here, here, here. Do the same thing now. I think we have hit a top. 258, 258.52 looks like that's the top. 248.46. All right, that's gonna be our time for show. All right, 4 hour chart. Look at this. Look at this. Look how they're inching, trying not to go back inside this box. And look at these pokes. Poked here, poked here. But if we're looking at the descending channel, we don't have that much room. We don't have that much leg way up. Now, this is the top of this, 247 is. So put like this. IWM, short. Where? Well, short anything above this right here. Look at this candle here. Look how strong this candle is. This is a big ass candle. What's that? 247. This right here tells me we short above 247 for the time being until something breaks. And you know what I mean? Then okay, if it breaks, then we're good. So at the moment, you know what I mean? Fucking short anything above 247. That was a 4 hour now. Listen, this is a 2 hour. On the two, look at this. This is 50%. You know what I also want to do? All right, look. Let me go back to this data. So look, we're clearly on the descending channel. So look, let me do this. I'm gonna take. I should do another screen. Let's take that off. Right. Look at this. Descending. But what else I want to do on a daily? All right. So today, this is our trading range, right? Opened here, closed here. All right. So now we came to the conclusion we're descending. Cool. Now let's do this. Let's put a fib on this fucker. I'm gonna take this level here. I'm gonna line it down to where they bounce off of. There it is right there. So at the start of the day, this is what happened. We open up here and we came all the way down here. And what did we do? We just created a big ass what? Big ass fucking doji. Indecision. Indecision on price. Indecision. I'm very curious how we're gonna work tomorrow. Anyway, let's see how we did on that. Let's go to a 30-minute chart. We're gonna open this up a little bit so we can see our levels. All right, so check it out. Here's our levels. Came all the way down. Wait, here it is. Started here, came all the way here. This is the bottom, right? Absolute bottom. What they were trying to do is they needed to get back to the 50. So tomorrow, if we open up above 245.63, expect them to try to retest to the breakout. And vice versa. Tomorrow, if we wake up and we're below this still, expect them to try to claim this area. Okay, to what level, so on and so forth. Play the fibs. So if here's the 50 right here. If we're at the 50, here's the 50 right here. If we're at the 50, expect them to at least try to get to the 618. That's 246s. 246. And technically, look all that consolidation that happened here. So expect them to at very minimum try to get back here. Here's the top end of that, 786. That'd be 246.53. Now you get inside this area right here where we said a minute ago, I'm shorting anything in this area. This whole area. I'm shorting. Here, this area for now, I think I'll be looking for a bounce. I would expect them to get here and try one more time to bounce. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, it just depends on how we open. Look at these. These are some strong candles here. Look, this is the 50. The green line, that's our golden zone, right? They're trying to get back to that 50. They got to reclaim it. And look, this right here, this is the 50-day. So this right here, this yellow line, this yellow line is the 50-day moving average, and the blue is 200. So let's actually also see how we're doing on our moving average. We're still under. We're still under our 50-day. Okay. So just remember, when that 50-day catches up, and that'd be very telling. That'd be another telling sign. Let me see what the 50. Oh, dog. Oh, dog. Look at this. bro, we may have more downside. Look, what I'm looking at is on the 30-minute chart, this line, our 50-day, crossing down into our 200-day. If you don't know what it means, Google it. What does it mean, Corey? Google it, motherfuckers. You got time? Go to Google, man. Google that son of a bitch. But this tells me that we may have a little bit more downside. Now, I was looking at one other thing. I'm gonna pull up my other chart. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this. So this, all right, this top screen is 2 minutes. Yes, the 2 minute. Yeah, yeah. This is 2 hours. 2 hour. This right here is a 1 hour. This right here is a 30. And this right here is a 15. Look at this. What do we say they needed to get back up to? 246.34. That's two. What does that say? Look. So look. This right here says there's hard resistance. That red line, hard resistance. This green says we have support, right? Our 2 hour chart says we completed a Gartley. Man, I love a Gartley. Look, we completed the Gartley. Listen, they dropped, they got half, almost a target one off this Gartley, right? Came back to the XA. They're at the XA. The XA is 245.12. They're gonna try one more time to push up. I think they fail. When they fail, I think we lose this area here. We lose this. When they fail on that Gartley, we lose that. How big of a drop are we talking? I'm thinking we come back to 242.50. This area right here. Look at this. Look at that gap. Look at this gap. They have to hold on to this area here. Look at that. Look at this gap. They had a gap. They had a gap here. Equals here. Look at that. And look at this pin. Remember when the other day they pinned this area? Look at that bounce. If they lose this, we can go the extent of this. All the way down to here. 241.56 actually. Yeah, and look what's happening. Look, have you noticed this? When the 200-day crosses into the 50, price went up. What do you think is going to happen when this 50-day crosses into this blue? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. So, that being said, let's pull up this one more time. Look, we got resistance here at 245.77 for the time being. They need to break through that, and they need to do it strong. It needs to be like very strong. They would have to break through. You would want them to hold above this level for 15 to 20 minutes in order to say, okay, we're going to proceed higher to retest this candle here. That high is 247.12. But you need them to get back in this area. If they do not get in this area, bro, they have support here. Expect them to come back here. And if they lose this area here, what do we say? Look all the way left. We can go to 242.31. You lose 242.31, you are going straight to 240.50. 240.50. What is the catalyst? What's going to make us go to 242.50? That's the million-dollar motherfucking question. Could it be, an announcement from Powell? Could it be, the government reopening? I read something that say even with the government reopening, like people expect us to shoot up. I got a great mentor of mine, Nick. He expects us to shoot up. What if we do the opposite? What if we do the opposite? Anyway, guys, in, out, to tomorrow. But look, listen, play these levels. Draw your fib like the way I did earlier in the video. Look, this is our level right now. They need to break back out convincingly. Zoom in, know your levels. They're trying to get back to this 245.63. They need to hold this. And when I say hold, you're looking here. And this is on a 30-minute chart. You're looking on any time frame from the hold above those levels. So especially this golden zone, 245.65, they need to hold because they're gonna try to retest this right here, which is the 786. Draw your fibs. Check in with me tomorrow. Have a good motherfucking night.